Hello again, another week, another video about hopefully useful frameworks. We talked about yearly reflection and planning, we talked about goals definition, how important them to be specific, and this week I want to talk about understanding yourself, because again, the reflection, the vision, the goals, they are related to you, and understanding who you are is actually paramount. And I use this framework, actually set of frameworks that I want to describe today for a couple of purposes. One is, of course, general self-understanding, psychology one-on-one, to be calm about myself, to know my nature, not to worry about things, cool, we all get it. But the second purpose is to use AI well. Some of you already asked me questions about, oh, why do I need those Notion pages? We live in the AI era, Notion is not useful anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of agree, kind of. But in order to work with AI effectively, the good context is needed. And structuring well your reflections, your goals, gives big part of the context to work with AI, but AI doesn't know who you are yet. And you and your AI systems need good structures to know who you are, to help you to achieve your goals as efficient as possible. So today, self-discovery basics for you and for your AIs. I want to start with simple things that most of you, I hope, know, at least some of them, but I want you to look at them as a system of frameworks, system of self-discovery tools to use for yourself and also for AI. So actually the more you have, the better. I'm sure many of you know about the 16 personalities test. Again, I'm not gonna stop at any of them because I'm sure that you can go by the link. Most of them are free or cheap, you can take it. I just want to show you the system. So level 1 is this kind of test that you can go online, answer questions about that low-key test if you're extroverted and introverted, you're more into big thinking or into details, you're more helping yourself and helping other people, whatever it is. Myers-Briggs, 16 personalities is one of them. Ray Dalio has a cool test, Principles U, that defines a bit different but also useful structure of personalities. Jordan Peterson has his own version of a 5-factor model, which I also find really useful. Then there is a bit more classic DISC model of influence, dominance, steadiness, conscientiousness. There is Enneagram test that is a little bit different but also useful. Jung archetypes tests, and again, as you can see, for each of them I also share with you the links how you can take those tests and save the results for yourself. There's also cool personal values test that I find interesting. And there are many other ones that I didn't take yet. Maybe I even won't, because for me, when I have the results of all these tests, they're pretty much correlated. But again, it gives me already 7 structures to think about myself, but also to provide the structures to my AI systems. But this is level 1. Those ones are, I don't want to say, not always superficial, but again, this is just questionnaires, just tests. They don't really take your history, your biography, and full spectrum of your life in all detail. So this is a good layer 1, but let's dive a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper, what I consider level 2 is different tests that are based on the biography reflections. For example, Jordan Peterson has really good self-authoring course when you can rewrite in the almost essay form your past, your present, and the future. Again, super useful for yourself, but also super useful to provide it to your AI systems as a context to help you to achieve your goals. Bill George, executive coach, in his book also has many good exercises. But as very simple, actually, you can see the first exercise in his book is your path of life. When you actually define from your birth to your current state of the career, what was happening, different wins, different pitfalls, crucibles, and achievements. Again, this is another good framework to write your biography in terms of wins and crucibles. Not so many people do this. Also, you will notice that on the level 2, the tests that I show you, they're already paid. Again, on the level 1, many things are for free. Here, it's getting deeper, and I prefer paying for the Jordan Peterson course, for the Bill George book, or for example, Vsevolod Zelenin status coaching framework. Again, it's a Ukrainian coach, his book is in Russian. So I took a photo of one of them, and you can obviously translate it with AI, but also give you here a brief description of his framework. Again, you can analyze your history, your biography, and to identify, are you more into, getting protection from other people, imposing authority, power, order, setting records, being an artistic person. Links are here. And also it can be useful, but where I don't have for you a specific framework, is writing down your your family history. Again, like it or not, you depend, and you get a lot of influence from your parents, grandparents, your whole family history, and feel free to add any personal reflections. For example, for me, is the set of childhood hobbies. When I have some deep conversations with my AI systems or with myself, sometimes it's useful to remind yourself, what did you like in your childhood? So you can see it can be easily forgotten if you take only those tests or some more structured biography reflections. This is level 2. Level 1, as you can see, is a bit more superficial. This one is already more grounded in objective facts and reality of your life, like for example, Bill George exercise. But we can go even one layer deeper. All of this based on your own reflections, but arguably other people understand you better than you are. So whether you have feedbacks from your team, your managers, your colleagues, I hope you talk to your family, parents, friends, and they tell something about you. Maybe you go to coaching therapy sessions. Maybe you do some kind of self-journaling, personal diary practices. All of this also is really worth to collect as some kind of summary and framework that tells a little bit more deep truth about you. Again, here I'm not providing any specific structure, because there are so many corporates and feedback structures, so many conversations, so many therapy frameworks. But again, if you have something like this, useful to add. But it's again one level deeper. If you don't know where to start, level 1. If you have something for level 1, level 2, then level 3. Level 4, this is already, let's say, your free form expression. It can be borderline spiritual or esoteric. Some people put here their religious experiences and revelations. It can be about dogmatic rules and virtues. It can be about psychedelic trips. It can be about numerology, astrology. Whatever you consider useful as a self-discovery, self-understanding, self-knowledge, put it here. This is, I would say, the least structured area compared to all others, but I know people who find it useful. Many people consider, religious or esoteric things more important than these tests. Again, this is my personal hierarchy. You can have your own. When you do these exercises, even without AI, you should be confident that it will help you to understand yourself better. Basically, for your decision making, for your goal setting, for your vision, you can ground it in your personality, your character, even your life story, your family, and your deep or even spiritual revelations. How to use it with AI? I use it in 2 ways. I use it in two ways, but I know that some people like to put it as a system prompt or as a custom GPT. So for example, as a system prompt, you can put it as a part of your custom instructions. Basically, how would you like GPT to know about you? How do you like GPT to respond? You can add this context there. Or you can create even your custom GPT. Again, if you want to, I don't do that. For example, what I choose to do is to create projects. Recently, both OpenAI, ChatGPT that I use, and Anthropic Claude, they released the projects functionality. This is where you create like a folder with the context. And for example, I can create a and the same ChatGPT has as well. So I create a project. Let's say I can call it yearly strategizing. I upload there my yearly review, my goals, my personality assessments, and all the files and instructions stay only within this project. So my other ChatGPT conversations can be a bit more generic, but within this project I can talk about is this really deeply personalized context. And it's actually really helpful. So again, to summarize, 3-4 levels of different self-discovery, self-reflection exercises. You can do them by yourself with AI. I recommend you do it both with yourself and AI, and again, useful for you, for your psyche, for your own calmness and shadow psychology work, but also it can be really, really useful for your AI assistants to give you much more better personalized insights. Thank you, and see you in the next framework session. Ciao.